When the government gets involved, that has the monopolistic use of force and threatens to jail or fine you for wearing an object on your face that does nothing to stop the transmission of this disease, then I get really pissed off, and you should too. Before the president started questioning masks and not wearing one himself, the media, they didn't like masks because they wanted to keep them for healthcare workers. So their narrative was masks don't work. Then Trump came out and suggested, I don't think I need to wear a mask. And then the media said, you got to wear a mask or you're all going to die. It's not because it has anything to do with science. It's because they're on the wrong side of right every single time. But before they were on that side, they were on the other side. Here's a Seattle Times piece. I'm not kidding. This piece is in the show notes. Please go to the show notes and read this. Again, Bongino.com/newsletter. You can sign up for the show notes. It's our newsletter. This is an actual article, folks. Seattle Times. Everyone wore masks during the 1918 flu pandemic. They were useless. Eliza McGraw, Seattle Times. Well, it was at the Washington Post too. But it's in this. I got it. The link is to the Seattle Times. I didn't make that up. Okay. It's on my article. They were useless during the flu pandemic of 1918. For the exact same reason, they're pretty much useless now if you are not ill and exhibiting symptoms yourself. You need more evidence? WHO study, Seattle Times, which cites interesting data from 1918 showing how useless they were. How about this interesting study that was put out for dentists? This is fascinating. Found this on surfing through social media yesterday for the show. This was on a website called Oral Health. Like science outlets. Guy who wrote it, science, that's not science, stand its opinion. Really, the guy is a PhD and an MS and an FRCDC. That's a lot of stuff. Guy's got a lot of letters behind his name. Oh, he's got a BDS too. Oral Health. Why face masks don't work. A revealing review. Not my opinion. I didn't write the article. The article is very long. It'll be in the show notes. Strongly encourage you to read it. I had a hard time picking one screen cap from the piece because there were so many showing how useless these things are. The government said you got to wear one, so that they got to wear government. They're government idiots who know nothing. That's why they're in government. Here's the one I saw that had the most profound takeaway from it. I'll read this for you. Between 2004 and 2016, at least a dozen research or review articles have been published on the inadequacies of face masks. Yes, I read that right. Oralhealth.com, check it out. It'll be up in the show notes. All agree that the poor facial fit and limited filtration characteristics of masks make them unable to prevent the wearer from inhaling airborne particles. Wait, what? Can that be right? Well, I'm reading right from the article. In their well-referenced 2011 article on respiratory protection for healthcare workers, these two doctors concluded that, quote, face masks will not protect against the inhalation of aerosols. Following a literature review, these doctors stated, quote, there is a lack of substantial evidence to support claims that face masks protect either patients or surgeons from infectious contamination. In the same year, this doctor noted that randomized control trials of face masks failed to prove their efficacy. For liberals, that means they don't work. But again, let's mandate that everybody go out and wear an object over your face that does absolutely nothing because it makes people feel better. And again, if it makes you feel better and it's a private business, I'm okay with it. I won't go in your business if I have to wear one. I haven't left my house typically, but that's okay. It's your business, and I am a free market, liberty-loving American. You own a business. You think masks work despite any data concluding that? Nothing says that. There's no data out there. I've now over 2 days indicated to you that these things are largely useless unless you're really sick and exhibiting symptoms yourself, whereas you shouldn't be out anyway. They don't work, but if it makes you comfortable, you invite me in your house, or I want to go to your business, and you say no one's allowed in without a face mask. I love liberty and yours too. I will happily put one on. I carry one in my back pocket. Some businesses, I have to go in with a face mask. When I fly, I have to wear one. I don't sit there at the airport causing a big stink. I don't beat up the gate agent or anything like that. I sit there quietly. What are you laughing about over there? I put my mask on and I sit there and I'm okay. You do your thing. Despite the fact what you're doing is absurd, I'm a free market, liberty-loving American. When the government gets involved that has the monopolistic use of force and threatens to jail or fine you for wearing an object on your face that does nothing to stop the transmission of this disease, then I get really pissed off, and you should too. What's next? They're going to mandate you eat broccoli? Why are you... Just a serious question, by the way. If the government's doing it for your health, despite no evidence they can... None. There is no evidence that these things work if you're not sick. None. Zero. If that's true, and it's for your health, again, dreaded air quotes here, why is the government, why is smoking allowed? Smoking, by the way, which we know causes lung cancer and everything. Why do we allow that? Why do we allow alcohol? But why don't we mandate exercise? No, it's a fair question, right? If the government is allowed to slowly whittle away your liberty for your health, and interestingly enough, and mandate that you wear a mask despite no science, there is real science that exercise will prolong your life and make you healthy. Is there not? Does anyone dispute that? Why don't we mandate exercise? It's for your health, right? Why don't we ban smoking? Why don't we ban alcohol? Why don't we ban driving for people over 65 after 9 o'clock at night who have to wear glasses? Maybe their eyesight's compromised. You know why? Because we're a free country, and a free country is laden with risk. Freedom comes with a risk and the responsibility that's co-joined with it. Do you want to be free? You want to be free of risk? Get a job in a jail cell, and you ask them to pay and rent the jail cell. Or you can be isolated from humanity and pay for a sterilized food productions company to deliver food by a drone through the window. They can open up a window in the back. You'll be free of any risk. You also won't be free at all.
You just heard Dan Bongino.